Hey guys, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm having some technical difficulties here on my computer. Everybody, let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, I'm okay, Food Toy. It's not me that's arrested. It's for public safety and official misconduct. They were just arrested probably about half an hour, maybe an hour ago at the Meade County Clerk's office in Meade County, Kentucky. I'm putting the sheriff's number in the chat now. I know some people are going to want to call and get some redress. All right, hold on. Just let me make sure I got the right number. I don't want to give out the wrong number. Okay, that's it. So I just put it now in the chat. It's the Meade County Sheriff. They were literally just arrested. Cliff called me, let me know. So did Heather Holt. Thank you guys for reaching out to me. Yeah, 300 people live on a live video. I don't know how good my connection is here. I'm going to try to see if maybe I can share the video here. I'm in the back of my house, so we'll see if I can get it done. Yeah, thanks, Cliff. For some reason, let's see if it'll do it now. Pretty far away from the Wi-Fi here.
We'll just go nosing around. Gracious.
Now, obviously, it's a live. It's going to be pixelated. So basically, for you guys that have court stuff, they are
People
going
do
here
not
to
like the
request
camera
some
at all.
information to use in his court case. And the more this goes on, the more this looks like it's a concentrated effort
I'll bet my
to
quality's
retaliate
starting.
against
It's probably
these
because my
guys.
reception's terrible. Anytime I step into one of these buildings, it's always terrible.
Let me mute their audio there real quick. Um, yeah, they're going there to get public records for Chris's court case, and they're recording. And I guess that's what starts it all off. So let me turn back on
We'll
the
have to
audio for that. Hold on.
look and see what all he gets while he's in here. Hopefully,
Video
I
good.
seriously got that, but it would be nice. Give my camera a DUI. Oh. Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Who is that? What's her name? That woman just told her to stop helping me.
Wait for our clerk to be.
Yeah, but why did you tell her that?
She needs to walk away.
No, she does not need to walk away. Who are you? Who are you?
Are you a
Yes,
boss?
it is my business. What? Who are you?
Oh,
Your
I'm
salary,
saying,
it is my
Karen.
business. Who are you?
I mean, seriously. Becky or Karen? Guys, you want to name her Becky or Karen?
Why would that? Why would that? Can I get a copy of those, please? I'll pay for it. Yeah, and don't let them get out of everybody's sight. I want to be able to watch after that.
Sorry, I was. We'll just go nosing around.
I'm not sure why that just did that.
Around.
Oh, okay, that looks like it cat.
There's no order from a judge saying I can't record.
We're allowed to record our
So what's
business
your
that we're
name? I'm sorry.
conducting.
Chief Deputy White.
Nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you.
But if you start making them feel uncomfortable and stuff, I can tell you to leave.
Well, hold on, sir.
A
And
camera
when
shouldn't
before
make
you
it.
leave, I'll arrest you for disorderly
Okay.
conduct.
You are threatening me with the red. Well, why did you just say
That's not a
that?
threat. I
Let
don't
me,
make threats.
let me go.
Get-
Was it?
You get your
promise?
copies? And then
No, I don't have no. More copies.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, no, I won't.
One way or another.
Oh,
We're
I'm
not
I'm
going to leave
leaving
until
I
we're
get my
done
record.
conducting our business,
You
sir.
get your copies,
Who are you
whatever you
again?
want. I'm Chief Deputy White with the
Chief
Sheriff's Office.
Deputy, and
And-
you don't
Yes.
know?
I'm gonna stop sharing the screen.
There's no order from a judge.
If you guys, hold on, I gotta get it out of my earphones. If you guys want to check that out, go over to official misconduct. It's pretty bad. They arrest them both. Um, I don't know what background is Joe Black. Yeah, Angel. It's probably just my connection. Like I said, I'm far from the Wi-Fi. I'm not hooked into it. Um, so it could be just my Wi-Fi back here. Yeah, it definitely seems like a setup. I mean, this guy was so quick to come in with disorderly conduct. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So I wanted to, go live, let everybody know, get that number out. I've already called. I told them I was with the media. They're supposed to have the sheriff call me back tomorrow when he's in. So we'll see what they have to say. Oh, okay, Joe. I see what you're saying. Yeah, come on up. Let me see. Again, I don't know how good my StreamYard's going to work here in the back. Usually I do it up front. I got my desktop up front and it's hardwired into the router. But my Wi-Fi back here is a little sketchy. But here's the StreamYard link. Come on up and you can possibly give them some more background. Like I said, again, for the people that haven't been following it, this is for Chris's charge there in Kentucky about the marijuana charge. And he had called me and we had talked yesterday. And he was asking about, some of the stuff that he should ask for in a record request. So I gave him some more information to ask in a record request. And I'm not going to say what I told him to say because if he hasn't requested it yet, I don't want them like trying to get rid of evidence, which is definitely something I think they would be up their sleeves with. Joe, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, sir. Good.
So,
What more can you tell us about this
I,
incident, Joe?
well, I know you've kind of been following, but I also know how busy you are. So I don't know how much you've been able to keep up fully. Um, Basically, yes, he had. Well, I suppose it's now had court tomorrow, in Hardin County, regarding this. Basically, a whole incident when there was a call from sort of child services to. Oh, he doesn't have children, by the way, to his place in a trailer park, which that I don't know, the trailer park number that it was called to was in the 2000s. The trailer park has never gone beyond like 250 trailers in there, so the place doesn't exist. Apparently, when the cop was in there, he found a joint. So this whole sort of like non-existent thing was completely done and over with, and the person was pled guilty and got parole. I know you've heard this, well, most of this before. I don't know. I'm trying to start from the beginning because lots of people probably haven't. So the person who got convicted went to the first parole meeting, but then didn't go to any more. So then, for public safety, was hauled off to court for missing for parole violation on a thing that wasn't him. The name was very similar, but not his, and to a place that doesn't exist, and all kind of weird stuff. Just smells of complete and utter tyranny and covers up. But he went today to try and get some public records because some things the prosecution is trying to use in his case tomorrow was from Hardin County. Apparently, there was a signature on a form for something else that didn't happen, which was paying bail to get out of jail when he was in jail I think a year later.
Right. Yeah. No. The whole thing stinks to high heaven. I mean, it's amazing how far they're going in this cover up of retaliation because that's all it is. It's just retaliation. From what I understand, the gentleman who supposedly wrote Chris this original weed ticket citation works at Post 4. Okay, so
Yeah, he's an IT guy now,
yeah, he's
consultant.
an IT guy now, works at Post 4. I mean, it's just way too coincidental that all this is just like falling in his lap. That all this stuff is dropping. I guess the way it's dropping, you got serious discrepancies on just every aspect of it. Chris was in jail for 15 days in a different county when supposedly he was at the parole. You've got signatures that look like they've been cut out and photocopied on bond paperwork and other stuff. You've got no kind of documentation so far that we've been able to see and Chris would have told me if they had that and shown them. There's no documentation that he was in jail for this weed charge at all. There's no fingerprints they produced. There's no mugshot that they produced. There's no, when people go to jail, they keep a logbook, right?
Yeah, but it's actually in the law that they have to keep it for a certain, basically forever.
Right, right. And these logbooks, they detail all the inmates that you have under your care, right? So each, if you've got 5 pods in a jail, and you've got a control center for each one of those pods, meaning you have a guard in a glass room, like toward, and he's watching over the inmates, and he's going in every couple hours to do head count. He has to write this stuff in his logbook. So there should be all kinds of documentation. And even as far back as 1997, hell, I was in jail in 1992 and 1993 and 1997. So I know all those instances were in place back then. So there's, I mean, even in a backwards ass county, in Kentucky, they still know how to use paper and pen, and so maybe they weren't, with the newest hi-fi IBM, but they definitely could keep a logbook, and I'm sure that they did. But none of this evidence has been produced.
Well, I
Um,
mean, they have all the information from that case, apart from anything would actually identify the person. So mugshots, video of the court proceedings, fingerprints. Those particular pieces have been destroyed for
right,
unknown reasons. All the other stuff from that case is there.
right. All the other stuff that you could just make up is there, but all the other stuff that you need to actually prove the case
Well, to prove that
is
that is the
gone.
person.
Right, it's all gone. Um, it just insane, it's insane to think that I would have to keep, because I asked him, the other day, I was like, do you have any utility bills in your name from around that time when you lived in Indiana? You could show them, hey, this was my address here in Indiana. I wasn't living in Kentucky. But I mean, who keeps utility bills from 20 years ago, 25 years ago? Nobody. Right. It's crazy that they can reach this far back and then try to make you prove that it wasn't you when they have nothing that says it was you, right? They don't have
Yeah.
right. I mean, anybody could write somebody's name on a paper or type up a piece of paper and say, blah 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 was convicted of blah blah blah. But I mean, if there's no mugshot, there's no fingerprints, like Joe said, um, there's no court video
Video.
or audio, right?
Mm.
So, I mean, this is insane. This is insane. Like, you can literally see like court, video and get records of people going to court in the 50s and 60s. I've got court cases from the Salem witch trials. They wrote those down, right? So, and those was in the 1600s. So if I have court cases that were written down word for word from the 1600s, then they should goddamn be able to record a court date in 1997, even in Kentucky, right? It doesn't make any kind of sense.
Yeah. But going back to today's one, basically the whole prosecution's case for tomorrow rests on 4 documents which have the same signature on it, which obviously is not actually his signature, but is you can't difficult to prove that. But he went today to I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's like Meade County.
Yeah, Meade
Is that
County.
Is that correct one? Yeah, because one of the documents was from a time when he was arrested in Meade County. But the document they have with his signature on is for something that didn't happen, according to him. It was basically the document is for when he posted bail to get out early. Although in what he is saying is that he didn't post bail to get out early. He stayed the whole time in jail until the judge said, right, it's done now, you can go, or you've served
Right.
whatever,
And that was
served your
15
time,
days
or
that he
exactly,
served.
yeah, till he'd served the whole sort of 15 days, or till it was concluded that, right, yeah, okay, you can go on your own recognizance after
Right.
15 days. But the
And
document, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, I had him clarify that point to me last night on the phone. And basically what it was the judge gave him kind of like an ultimatum. If he said, if you go back to Indiana and don't go back to your house, I'll, drop the charges. There'll be no probation, and you just go on your way. And he said, that's the deal that he took. But he said that during those 15 days, I guess his buddy had visited him and dropped $200 on his commissary. Now, these are the kind of records I told him, partially some of the records I told him to get from Meade County today, because that would show, hey, look, I was in jail during this time where I was supposedly at this parole or probation meeting, that you have my signature from, supposedly. But
Yeah, so basically,
yeah,
the documents he went to get today would basically prove that at least one of these documents that the prosecution has, and is basically there's only these 4 signatures. It will prove one of them is a complete fake, because the document showing that he got out early, because he didn't get out early.
right.
That makes sense. So he's arrested and stopped from being able to get any of these documents.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I didn't want to stay up long. I just wanted to let everybody know that they did get arrested, and we're going to be looking into it. Obviously, we're going to be making calls, finding out what the bond situation is, if they're even allowed to bond out. They might have to sit in jail tonight. I do believe that the cop I heard say something about seeing the judge in the morning, or arraignments tomorrow or something. I believe he said. So I would hope to gosh that they wouldn't be stupid enough to put like a no bond status on him, because that would just be stupid, right? It's a disorderly conduct charge.
Yeah, it's a live stream, but they weren't being disorderly.
Right, and who knows if that's all they put on them? They could have added on 2 or 3 other charges. They always love to do that kind of stuff. So we'll have to wait until we can call and get information. I think it's still too early to call to see what they've been booked in on and what their bail is. But maybe another hour or two, and that should be able to be found out. So hopefully, look on my community tab. I'll try to post updates as I get them. And then I know a lot of other people in the community are watching this as well. Heather Holt, Cliff Williams, all the guys in the Discord area. So we'll definitely be able to get some information when we get it. Heather Holt says the cop also tried to say resisting with violence. I mean, yeah.
Well,
Mitchell, they didn't go there to get arrested, Mitchell. That's the whole point that we're trying to make, is that these guys are just trying to string these guys up. Thank you, Cliff. These guys are just trying to string these guys up. They can't allow him to get those records, right? They can't allow him to be able to prove the corruption, right? That's what this whole thing is about, right? From the get-go. Because the reason he got arrested in the first place over the supposed BOP was because he was in there with that gentleman asking about his son that got beat on the side of the road.
yeah, basically trying to file a complaint.
Exactly. So that's what the whole thing is about. I mean, he never got arrested in the first place. He wasn't arrested for the joint. They're making up this shit because they don't want him to find out the other shit that they've done, and so now they've created more shit, right?
Well,
It's like a liar. You can't just stick with one lie. You got to make up other lies to cover for the first lie. That's what these guys are. This is exactly what they're doing.
And because of all those lies and the things that they did to him, like searching and towing his car when there was absolutely no need or legal reason to do so. So all of those kind of things. If he was able to prove that it wasn't him, he's got a huge lawsuit, and as part of that lawsuit, it's going to come out all the things that they've done to try and cover it up and set him up.
Exactly. It just sucks that we have to go through this. I just read a story today about some gentleman that's sitting in jail for 15 months, and then they finally dropped the charges because they didn't have no charges to begin with. Cover up like that. So, listen, this stuff's real. This stuff's real out here on the street. I know sometimes people think it's all you just pick up a camera and you go out and record, but in some instances, in a lot of instances, when you start getting close to something that they don't want found out, I mean, this is the kind of response you can expect. Um, so yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. Again, keep an eye on my community tab. Again, there'll be other people in the community, I'm sure, that's posting about it as well. So we'll try to keep you guys up to date as far as what we know. I believe Angry Vet said Tiffany was charged with resisting arrest in the 3rd degree, disorderly conduct in the 2nd degree, and battery on an LEO. So yeah, that's going to be some charges there. Battery on an LEO, I believe, is going to be maybe a misdemeanor, maybe a felony. I'll have to look into that. I don't know what the Kentucky law is. I don't really go there much. So, but yeah, this is crazy. All right, guys. Joe, thanks for coming up, buddy, and helping explain some of that. I knew I was missing some holes there in the story.
Yeah, thanks for letting me up. Sometimes it's good to just bounce ideas, and one person misses something, the other one person remembers it.
Hey, buddy, 4 eyes are better than 2, right?
Yep.
All right, so guys, yeah, keep them in your prayers, and we'll get you updated as soon as we know more. Oh, San Joaquin is going live now with the story as well. So I mean, yeah, everybody's going to be on it to try to get as many people focused on it as they can. So I know San Joaquin audits, not San Joaquin Valley Transparency, but I know San Joaquin audits was in FSP's chat earlier with me today when they were driving there. So, all right, guys. Thanks again, and keep an eye out for us. All right, Joe. Thank you, sir, for coming on up.
All right. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna duck out.
All right, bud.